16. Adele. Adele's not just famous for her flawless voice, she's famous for being part of the minority of plus-size celebrities out there. She's one of the 50 most influential mothers in people this year, and she's the first woman in the history of the Billboard Hot 100 charts to have 3 singles on the top 10 as a lead artist. She plays several instruments, too. MS Music has also called her the finest singer of our generation. Aside from all of that, she's quite the inspirational figure for other plus-sized women. She received a lot of support after getting criticized by people like Joan Rivers for her weight, and had this to say on the subject: "I like looking nice, but I always put comfort over fashion. I don't find thin girls attractive. Be happy and healthy. I've never had a problem with the way I look. I'd rather have lunch with my friends than go to a gym." The hottest plus-size celebs in Hollywood. It's no secret that the average woman doesn't necessarily have the same dimensions as the stick-thin models on our magazine covers. However, it might come as a shock to you that there are quite a few celebrities that look a lot more like the average woman, whose average size is a 14. In other words, they are considered to be plus-size, because according to American Size Guides, size 8 would be the starting point to the plus-size spectrum. Some of these women are famous singers and actresses, and some of them are rising stars in the modeling world, but all of them are gorgeous and worth celebrating. With that, here are 16 of the hottest plus-size celebrities in Hollywood, in no particular order. 1. Ruby Rocks. Ruby Rocks is a model who has her own blog, where she talks about everything from her shoots to her work taking down internet trolls. When a page called Part1 photoshopped her photos by making her appear smaller than she is, she had this to say to them: "The reason I fight you is for the thousands of women out there who aren't where I am yet, who don't love their bodies." Some of the girls you photoshopped weren't models or celebrities, but just everyday girls. They might not have confidence, but they posted the photo on a day they felt good about themselves, and you butchered it with your atrocious photoshopping, and made them feel bad. What if she isn't happy with her body, and had been trying to be healthy and more confident? What if the photo was her after she hit her goal weight? No, not everyone's goal weight is a size 2 and you dragged her through the mud. How dare you bring someone down, simply because she is not your immature, close-minded ideal? It's okay to have preferences, but it is not okay to make people feel bad because they aren't yours. Guess what? Bullies and jerks are never anyone's preference. Ruby Rocks is a woman who isn't afraid to stand up to people who go out of their way to make someone feel bad. On top of being super hot, she's fearless and intelligent, which only add to her appeal. 2. Tara Lynn. You might recognize this plus-sized model from her features in V and the French and Spaniard Nell magazine. She sat down and talked with Elle Spain when she did her cover shoot, and she had a lot to say. When she was asked about how she felt about her body growing up and considering modeling as a career, she had this to say: "I was never skinny, so I always thought that if I was going to model, I'd have to lose a lot of weight. I knew at some point in my late teens that plus-size modeling existed. Based on societal pressures, you think when you're in your teens that by next summer you're going to be able to wear a size 4 or 6, or fit into that bikini you thought would look pretty if you lost 50 pounds. It just didn't occur to me as something that was realistic. You don't want to invest in your size 14 body when you feel bad about it as a teen." She also talked a lot about how becoming comfortable with your body is a process, something a lot of plus-sized women can really relate to. Not only is she gorgeous, she's candid enough to talk about her own experiences with honesty, and honesty is also a very hot quality in a person. 3. Kelsey Olsen. Kelsey Olsen is yet another plus-sized model. She has a really all-American girl kind of look about her, which makes her that much more appealing. Her modeling work is also really varied. If you go through some of her photos, you'll find everything from costumes to evening wear to underwear, and everything in between. 4. Corinna Barents. Corinna Barents is another plus-sized model. She's modeled a lot of swimsuits and lingerie over the course of her career, which proved the stereotype that plus-sized women can't wear swimsuits and look good in them wrong. Models like her do a lot to change the perception of what is considered normal for a woman to look like. And the more their work moves into the mainstream modeling world, the more diversity we all get. What makes this even better is that the average woman is more likely to look like Corinna Barents than a straight-sized supermodel, so that's basically saying that not only is she one of the hottest women out there right now, lots of other women are, too. 5. Melissa McCarthy. Melissa McCarthy has lost a lot of weight over the course of her career, but she's still very much a major plus-sized icon. She's been everywhere over the years, from Gilmore Girls and its eventual Netflix reboot to her own sitcom Mike and Molly, to a ton of movies. On top of that, she's going to be one of the new female Ghostbusters. Not only is she hilarious and a very talented actress, she's also a plus-sized fashion designer. She's said that people don't stop at size 12. I feel like there's a big thing missing where you can't dress to your mood above a certain number. That's a major truth for a lot of plus-sized women, and it's awesome that she's trying to do something to help the issue. 6. Nell Tipton. If you're a Project Runway fan, you know all about Nell Tipton. She's the most recent winner, and she did it with the very first plus-sized line to ever win the show. The line itself might not be your cup of tea, but it's clearly coming from a place of real artistry. On top of that, she showed her designs off at New York's Full-Figured Fashion Week back in 2012. She had this to say about her work: "My collection is a full-figured collection for the woman in her 20s or 30s who is a fashionista. My collection is an artful combination of glamour and street fashion. I love color and I'm very inspired by curvy women and helping them feel good in their clothes. I want to offer plus-size women the opportunity to wear fun colors and to avoid the pitfalls of only wearing black because many curvy girls think it is the only color that is slimming. This is no small accomplishment." Nell Tipton isn't just a pretty plus-sized woman, she's a woman who's trying to change the status quo for plus-sized women, by making clothes that they want to wear. 7. Ashley Graham. Ashley Graham is a plus-sized model working for Lane Bryant, and she's the first plus-sized model ever to land on the cover of the Sports Illustrated swimsuit edition. She's spoken at high schools about body positivity and is all about beauty beyond size. She's also the person who started the hashtags #NoAngel and #+, which call attention to Victoria's Secret's sizing issues and the fact that plus-sized women should be treated the same as their straight-sized counterparts.